Why, hello there, and welcome back to our Pathfinder game, set in the wonderful, magical, mystical world of people and things and magic and stuff. Let's join said people now. Greetings there, folks.
Hello.
Hello.
We're just discussing secrets.
I heard. Do you want a secret from me? Why it took so long to enter chat?
Do tell.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
First, waifu went to go get ice cream, which is perfectly acceptable, and then she got a fork. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to go get a spoon, plastic, like the fork. I don't know what she did. I think she tried forcing it out of the plastic. It broke, snapped right in half, as plastic does. But she screams like she saw a spider and/or got stabbed. So I freaked out.
Nice.
And then she goes gets a normal spoon after opening the fridge. So we're good.
Nice.
What an adventure it was.
Yes.
Yeah, but please embarrass me more. Oh my god.
You're good. You're good.
Your embarrassment has been immortalized.
Honestly, it's the
I might be a
scream.
little hyper right now. I'm sorry.
She's very giggly. It's okay. I'm not making fun of you. You know I love you.
She has Undertale rap on her brain, apparently.
Indeed.
Really do.
Is that 7 times or 6 now? 7 times in one day. Dear God. Well, I'm glad you like the song. You're
I'm
welcome.
sorry, it's catchy.
It's very catchy. You're welcome for finding it. Anyway, let's pick up where we left off. Does anyone know precisely what we were doing prior?
Let me check my notes.
Okay. What brought us here?
Right.
It has honestly
Sure,
entirely
class.
disappeared from my brain. I don't even remember what we did last week.
We had to go grab that package and then bring it back.
I remember a trial,
Like
yeah.
our trial run.
Yeah, we impressed Kincaid.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah, that's basically it. You are correct. All right. And then after that, food all around for everybody, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And he basically said, come on back up to my office. I got some shit to throw down for you guys. And also, Kane rushed here first. So, very important to note that in there. You bum rushed to the second floor.
Yep. I had to beat him here.
You did?
Mhm. I mean, technically Flint won, but sure.
When you're that cute, yeah.
He also has 40 feet.
Flint
of
always wins.
So you just need to get a climb speed game and then you can win.
Technically, I can use inside ropes to climb.
Oh shit, yeah. They're sticky.
You don't have that spell anymore.
Throw them up. There's a window.
Within the span of now and last week, you lost that spell somehow.
This is fine.
They're now literally inside ropes. Now and forever. Cries. All right. Going back to all that. Everyone rested. We're set. We're happy. We're good. Kincaid invited you to his special office and kicked all the hooligans out so he could talk with you all about another job he has coming up. And after he does, kind of whips around, shows all 3 of you a seat. Maybe there's like a little pillow on the floor for Flint. He takes a nice little squat, as dog do. Kincaid leans back in his chair. There's already drinks and such available, and he motions to them as if to say, would you like one?
How early in the morning is it today?
Early enough to start drinking.
That's
That
a
is-
sentence.
Yeah, that was a very bad. I'm ashamed of you, husband.
Perfect. He doesn't take offense to it. He just takes a quick little swig, smiles to you all, and
We're here for business, right?
yeah, of course.
I will pass on the drink.
He seems not
I mean, we
offended.
are technically here to rob him, so, or otherwise acquire whatever we need.
I mean, eventually, but we're here to get the next mission, I think.
That actually reminds me, are we getting the a crystal, like the one we found in the meteor shower, or are we talking about the actual weird thing that Vega injected in herself?
You are definitely here for the crystal, similar to the one that fell from the sky. It should be, from what you were told, around like bigger than a softball, probably. Like bigger than a grapefruit, I guess. It's fairly large, yeah. All right, he sits back after sipping and adjusting his somewhat loose-fitting shirt, looks to you all and says, well, I can say that so far I've definitely been impressed by the 3 of you. It's been about a day and no one's been coming knocking or kicking down our door, so you weren't followed. Good job there. This next little stint I'll need you to inquire into, as I mentioned before, would be a little more difficult. So I do hope you're ready. It'll come in 2 parts. First and foremost, it's coming to my position that the Ram, another group here, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them or not, but they somehow gods know how, got their hands on a little clue, a little bit of information, in order to get into a vault that, well, let's just say I've been keeping my eye on it for some years. You all recall I mentioned an item I needed, yes?
Yes.
Well, maybe when I was younger, I made a slight mistake, just a small little error, and I happened to lose an item that was very near and dear to me. It is to my knowledge, and from what we can tell, that it ended up in this vault, as many things tend to. We don't know why, but things, they go missing in this town. And, rumor has it, it all ends up down there. I've looked everywhere, can't find the damn thing. Maybe chopped off a few limbs in order to acquire information, and, well, dead end left, dead end right, pretty shit. So, my next guess is it's down there. Problem is, it only opens occasionally. What is this occasion? I have no idea. When is the next one? I also have no idea. So, I need your group to go meet with and or kick the shit out of, listen in on. I don't really care how you do it. But apparently, these individuals got the information on how to get in. You see, they're not very smart. So I'll just need you to do what you do best. Get me the info, bring it back. We'll see when it opens, and you head on in. Simple, yes?
Sure.
Alrighty, well, unfortunately, this is where I have to let go of your leashes, as I don't know when and where they'll be sharing this. I will say they'll be downtown, though. Somewhere near will be finished that last trade. Usually, that's where they tend to kick dirt about, so head there, I guess. Do your best, and come back when you're ready.
All right.
Sounds easy enough.
Knowing them, it should be. Well, and he stands and sort of motions the door. Good luck!
All right.
Alrighty, for now, y'all can just keep your tokens here. You can just wheel about a little. How do you guys want to acquire this information? As our group has previously in the past played Blades in the Dark, imagine it very much like that. There are folk, they have a thing, we want to get it. How are we doing it? What's our approach?
I mean, they're apparently very bad at what they do, right?
The Ram?
Yeah.
They're not bad, they're just very straightforward.
Yeah, good. That means that they probably get drunk and talk about stuff
Yeah.
they shouldn't be talking about. So we're gonna get them drunk and listen in.
Perfect.
Okay. That's one way to do it.
Alrighty. Since we're all in, is the term agreement or agreeance?
Agreement.
I would say agreements, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Is
I mean,
agreement
I think
even a
both
word?
are-
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is. An agreement was made, right?
Oh yeah. And agree. Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure both are technically right, but whatever.
Perfect. All right. Things have been agreed upon. All right. The three of you are going to basically sneak on by into a bar and hopefully follow the Ram on in and listen in.
I wouldn't mind, getting my hands on some more expensive booze and like giving around, basically.
Okay. We can definitely go about that. Kincaid doesn't really point you towards any particular bar. So who is the best at, I believe, gather information is diplomacy. Yes?
Flint has smelt the guy, or one of the guys that is from the Rams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to track him still, knowing the smell?
We can definitely track that particular individual, yeah. I mean, I think you marked one.
They would find a bar at least that they frequent, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you marked a dude.
Yeah.
And that realistically doesn't end, right?
As far as I know, it doesn't now.
Okay. I'm pretty sure unless there's like some magical means, it doesn't end. So, roll, yeah, actually, just roll me survival with that +2.
I'm not sure how that heads up anyway, so I'll just roll.
Bad, basically. Not good for Flint. It's going to be low.
That is terrible.
Ah, yes.
Oh, on the note of that being terrible, everybody had a hero point, by the way.
Yes, let me use that
Sure.
immediately.
Already?
For you, actually, Arbalest, add a second hero point for remembering that. So everyone add 1, Arbalest add 2.
I'm maxed.
And then I guess Arbalest use that 1.
Slightly
Perfect.
better.
All right, a 19.
Oh.
19 is much better. That's 8+. That's way better. All right, perfect. And that's exactly what we needed. All right, with this roll, Arbalest, you're able to determine exactly where they are. They are indeed downtown. This bar in particular is not quite as nice as the one you were invited to by Mr. Kincaid, but it'll have to do. and you said you wanted to, spend a little money and kind of, what was it, grease the gears, was the saying?
Yeah, basically. Give
Okay.
out some rounds of the expensive stuff.
So, rounds around, it is then. And people cheer. You guys can sit like 1 or 2 tables away from these individuals without being seen. And as these better drinks are handed out, spirits are lifted. You see a fight that was about to break out instantly ceases as they're handed new drinks. They kind of shrug to each other, pat in the back, and they just go back to drinking. Whatever quabble they have is now gone. And while it is loud, you can kind of overhear what they're saying. Y'all realize that positions for chairs and tables here, quite fluid. You get people shifting and moving all around, so it's not too odd for you to just randomly get closer. No one seems to question it, as you indeed have to listen on in. And I won't have you roll anything for this, as they're just talking. But as you see, one of the individuals that you guys cornered the other day, he's speaking with somebody else, and he tells her in probably what he thinks to be somewhat sneaky, like, ooh, code words, the package, the eagle has landed, that kind of talk. It's not very good code talk. We know what we're listening for. And he effectively lets slip that, yes, it's somewhat early today. So we'll say like sometime afternoon, they're effectively going to discuss and like pass the information, if you will, from their broker to themselves, like the finalized information. And they kind of laugh that, he only gave us half and he's charging us for the rest. Ha, fool, we have the money. So they're basically picking the rest up later today at a location that they, once again, somewhat brazenly let slip. It is relatively close to where we are, so I can actually just warp us over there.
Nice and convenient.
Alrighty, and after you guys hear this information, you know that they'll be meeting in about an hour or 2. So however you guys want to go about this, let me know.
Well, where do you want to hide?
Where is there to hide?
Plenty of places. This is the place you guys ran through. So
You can come join me on the roof.
Sure,
I have
why
I have
not?
a rope.
I technically also have a rope.
Yeah, but it's inside you though.
We all have a
I
rope.
probably need to buy a grappling hook.
I don't. I have a real rope made of thread.
I mean, you also have an inside rope.
No,
It's just you
no.
would like to keep it there.
Yes, it will never be a rope.
I mean, you never know.
You never know.
Please stop.
okay, so is the plan to like hang up around the corner? We're getting close, fairly far.
I'm gonna say that Flint stays downstairs.
Okay.
I was going to like be our guard, I guess. Be as a dog does and hide behind a thing sleeping.
And Flint will do that, and the 3 of you will be just listening in.
Yeah.
For now, at least.
Alrighty. And after some time, you maybe think that they might have been a little too drunk. Got the times wrong? Got the day wrong? Wrong people?
Okay.
Who knows? But after about 5-10 minutes of waiting, you do indeed see an individual that kind of swings around the corner. They begin to look down the alleyway. Definitely not suspicious at all, and they just lean against a back wall, whistling to themselves. After not too long, 2 more individuals come down the way. One of them being said drunkard. The other one being someone you do not recognize, but they are dressed in a very similar fashion. And as they're sort of moving about, they pause in the alleyway. And the person leaning doesn't react. After a second, they kind of let out a high-pitched whistle, and then a nod. The other one waves. The person leaning against the back wall slowly turns to them, returns the nod, and before they go ahead and chit-chat with each other, everyone roll me. So who's like, I guess the forward of this group? Whoever that will be will need to do a stealth roll. If anyone's hanging back, just let me know.
I assume I'm the best at stealth rolls.
Yeah. In fact, I imagine myself
okay at
somewhere
them.
near Flint playing guard.
That works.
I'm okay. It's still.
Okay. Both Arbalist and Kane, go ahead and do me secret stealth rolls. I think it's hold shift.
Nope. It is not shift.
Not shift. All
Definitely
right.
not shift.
Might be control. Might be control. Yeah. Alrighty. And with that, they just seem to start their conversation. Sort of just chilling, relaxing. It's a little difficult to tell. You gotta get a wee bit closer. What they're talking about. They're being much quieter. We were kind of hoping maybe with that much alcohol flowing, you'd be shouting into the aisles, but they're being weirdly professional now. At first, with their body language, you can tell that they're joking with the person, this broker. And they pull out a bag of money. And before they hand it to them, you can kind of see them sort of going back and forth as if to say, like, all right, hey. Is the information actually good? As you guys get a little bit closer, you guys can actually hear what they're talking about now. And the first thing you hear is something about, like, the stars or, like, the date. And one of them jokes that they're far too, like, listen, like, I'm not too bright to understand precisely what all this means. Does the rest of the information spill it out proper? And the person's like, yeah, of course. And as they begin to kind of share it, they demand, you will explain this to me. And they sort of start to, but you guys are only catching parts and pieces of it. You worry that if you get too much closer, they will indeed hear you. But effectively what you guys get from them, the broker hands them the other half of the sheet, and they end up reading it. It's effectively explained that this entryway, is under the lake. It's under the city. Their guess is that it's in the sewers, but it's further under that. It's not in the sewers. It's some chamber under the sewer. And apparently, when the moon is right, when the day is right, something triggers and this thing opens. They seem to be keeping the precise date to themselves, but we know effectively what to look out for.
In my religion, are there any special dates with the moon?
There are plenty, yeah.
Can I use any of them to maybe figure out what day they're talking about?
Possibly, but you're not close enough to hear any of this, so we could discuss that later. So, Arbalest and Kane, hearing all this, it seems as if they're about to part ways, and the broker sort of bows to them, and indeed begins to walk off their own separate direction. The one that you guys scared last time shrugs himself, stuffs the goods into his pocket, and they begin to turn about, walking in your guys' direction, but they do not see you, and effectively out and away. What do the two of you do?
Ambush and kill them now. I think we just watch them leave, I assume. Or do we want to ask further questions? Or do we want to follow the other guy?
I mean, we can try to follow him.
Okay, which group do you guys want to follow?
I guess we'll follow the guys that had the information, the sellers, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. The information broker was by themselves, and they kind of shoot off around the corner. The folk from the ram do not recognize you guys at all, as you guys are doing a pretty good job at hiding, so I'll just kind of move them off to the side, and they just sort of go off to do their thing.
Yeah. I assume we're staying on the roofs of this. So.
Yeah. For this bit, though, you notice as they kind of turn tail, they were fairly lethargic before, relaxing, chilling. After they take their turn, their power walking seems to speed up substantially, and you all realize, we're going to need to keep up with this fool. So you guys are able to motion to Vega as if to say, like, hey, we're going. And Flint, would you whistle to Flint, or would you wave at him, or?
I want to say that all of his commands are like whistles, different tunes or frequencies.
Perfect. Yeah, I like that. So we can say you have a whistle to basically tell Flint, hey, we're going, and that also tells Vega, hey, we're going.
Honestly, I would basically tell him to follow Vega at this point.
Perfect. I think in this situation, it'd be reversed.
Yeah, I mean, she can follow the other guy if she wants. Or follow us, doesn't matter.
I'll leave that up to you, actually, Vega. You see Flint getting ready to go and follow them? What are you doing? You see the group that they're watching walking away.
Well, I don't know what you talked about, so I would immediately go to follow you unless you pointed otherwise.
I would say we're going to follow the other guys, or I would signal that.
All right, so you see that, Vega. Flint's going, so you follow Flint. We'll have to, as I mentioned, follow relatively quickly. Are we trying to stay hidden, or are we prioritizing keeping up with this person?
I mean, we definitely want to stay hidden, right? Or at least we
probably
are. I can track that guy, so I'm doing that.
Alrighty, in order to stay hidden and follow this individual, so I threw a stealth check to all three of you. The cool thing is, when you guys roll, it actually also tells me your group DC, which is really nice.
Wow, that sucks.
Nice.
We can suck together.
Excellent. You guys are
good.
You guys are indeed one short, even with a group check, but with 2 failures and 1 success. This person is, like I said, moving rather quickly.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense that I failed because I don't realize that we should be still thinking.
Makes sense you roll the lowest as well, yeah. So rather than losing them entirely, you guys basically just realize that if you're going to catch up to them, you're basically going to have to do so in the open, aka just running at them if you want to actually catch them. They're running so fast that at this rate, you guys will not catch them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or we could just drop down and try to, I don't know, follow them from a greater distance, following the actual tracks.
I mean, how far can you hunt prey? It should be pretty far, right?
Indefinite, as far as I know.
Yeah, basically.
As far as I have a idea of what I'm tracking, basically.
Is that the plan? Just hang back?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me survival. And since you did see them, they're now your target. So it gives you a +2. Fortunately for you, they didn't really try too hard to hide their tracks.
What's wrong with my rolls today?
I'm not
last week as well, and the week before that as well.
Indeed. A 13 basically means you can't try for another hour.
I'm going to re-roll this again.
Okay.
Never mind.
12, same thing. Alrighty. Unfortunately,
it's fine. We have the entire day to track them.
You do, exactly. This early on, while they didn't really attempt to hide their tracks too well, they hit traffic pretty quickly, unfortunately. Shot out of the alleyways. It is currently impossible to tell. You end up walking around for an hour, just looking and looking and looking, and God, you end up at like a textile shop, you end up like a meat shop, and after talking to some people and moving around, you just hit a flat dead end. You can't determine where they went.
So what'd they say?
We can take this hour to discuss what they said. Well, apparently we need to be somewhere in the sewer at a certain time of day on a certain day in the year. Not sure when that time is, though, or where exactly we need to be, but I'm sure we can figure something out.
Yeah, we just need more info. Because I don't think I know anything off the top of my head.
Which is why I'm tracking the guy that just disappeared. I'm sure I'll find a track at some point, hopefully.
Wait, so did they mention anything about the moon?
Moon-wise, they mentioned the sky.
Yeah,
It needs to be at a specific astrological position.
I mean, that's part of my religion.
It is, although obviously
my religion is low, though.
Do you want to make a religion check for that?
Yeah, I'll let you roll to get like a hint, Vega.
All right.
Just maybe see what they're talking about, but
I'm rolling just religion, right?
Yeah. Okay.
No, not bad.
Apparently, I really like my religion.
I mean, yeah, that's your thing, right? 22. All right, not just 22, but a crit.
This is the one thing she remembers.
There are multiple celebrations and meanings to the moons, and there are many shapes and sizes and blah, blah, blah. Because as a reminder, there are indeed 3 of them. But it's obviously difficult. Like, what exactly are you talking about, Vega? You know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. Maybe even the stars. But no, we're gonna stick to moon because we like moon, and we have more moons than most places. So go us, or that we know of. So there is a particular holiday, a celebration when one moon is slightly closer than the others. Let me see. This one is, we'll say Atron. This one specifically, and when it's full, it shines with a specific hue. Man, there's just something special about it. It has an odd color to it, depending on the day and the clouds and all that nonsense. There can't be clouds, of course, but sometimes when they sort of get in the way, there's particles and such in the clouds, and sometimes that can even further dye the light from this moon. It's very like magenta-y, reddish, kind of like how we have that red moon here. It's very similar to that. Not dead on. It's definitely further from red. But the color it's gorgeous. And you all essentially associate this with, do you have like a particular holiday or something, Vega? Some sort of celebration that you guys would
Definitely, but don't ask me the details.
Okay, I was about to ask you the details. Fair enough. Maybe we can say it's like for coupling, maybe?
It's a fertility goddess.
Yeah, like
coupling? Actually, yeah, that probably fits them.
Yeah. So you're thinking, because this is a really important date, but not only that, it's a weird one. And other religions, a lot of people will celebrate, and this is just a general celebration for most folk who doesn't celebrate moons and their faces and such. So this might be the date. You're not 100% sure, but this definitely might be the date. And we'll say it's coming up in about a week or so.
All right. Well, there's a holiday I celebrate that comes up in a week. I think that might fit.
I mean, it might work. They did say stuff about, moon position and special events and stuff like that. So that just leaves the exact spot in the sewer where we need to be.
Oh, good.
I mean, I suppose we could go sewer splashing.
I would prefer not to, honestly. But
and see if there's some sort of marker.
Like fun.
I mean,
sounds like a lot of fun.
There's a good chance that the sewer has, or at least the spot in the sewer has some kind of indication that it's there, potentially.
Exactly.
Probably.
Or, one of a few of those guys will be hanging around.
Ooh, yeah, like a guarded spot.
Yeah. Or we wait around and see if I can find that guy.
Sure, let's try your plan first.
Let me try once more, see if I can find him. And otherwise we go sewer dipping, I guess.
16,
That's
much
still not
better.
great.
No, it's good. 16's good. All right, excellent. So, after about an hour or so of discussion and kind of moving around and just spinning our wheels, Flint catches a whiff of something. As you guys are walking down this alleyway, there wasn't much down here besides trash and some boxes and such, but following what we knew to be his tracks, Flint knows sort of what this guy smells like. So trying his absolute best, he has to slowly, but surely, follow what he assumes to be this individual. And as they move about, Flint eventually comes up to like a produce shop. And he turns to you, Arbalist, as if to say, like, yep. Barks.
Arf?
Hyena bark.
Well, might be in here. Let's take a check. Or do you want to go around back?
Definitely go around back. I will go around back.
All right. I'll distract the guy, I guess.
What am I going around back for?
I don't know. Do you want to try to sneak inside or?
How about I just make sure no one escapes out the back?
Sure. Let's go with that. As I realize you're not sneaky.
I don't need to be sneaky.
True.
Alrighty, as you head to the back Vega and guard this door, it's currently closed. Would you test to see if it's locked, or are you just kind of hanging back here?
I'm just hanging back.
Perfect. Your group heads on in. Kane, are you following Arbalist, or are you hanging out somewhere else?
I'll follow Arbalist.
All right.
Do you have any magic that can help with this, or?
I don't think so.
Going inside, at least I would check the if the guy at the counter or wherever is the guy that we saw at the meeting, I guess.
You see one individual at the counter, and you see someone else moving around, sort of stacking and moving produce. You can tell this person works here. Instantly, neither of them are this information broker. The bigger person behind the counter, they wave to you, but they don't say anything, and the other person just keeps talking. There's like maybe one or two customers in here. They're not too busy.
What exactly are they selling, by the way?
Produce.
Okay, just kind of food stuff produce, or?
Yep. Lot of food stuff, mostly vegetables and fruits.
I'll be looking around, acting as if I am looking for food stuff and stuff. Actually, I might as well just buy rations while I'm here, so
They don't seem to pay your group any mind. And Vega, you're chilling back here and nothing exciting is happening.
See if I can take a peek in the back, if there's any people at all here.
You sort of wait a second for the larger, gruff person at the counter to, turn about. Maybe they're looking at Kane. Maybe they're looking at the stalker. And as they do, you're able to see, yeah, there's something in a room back there, but there's too many curtains and such to see what or who could be back there. But you get that feeling as if there's more people in this building, and Flint's looking to you as if to say, I think the trail goes back there, but he's not going to obviously jump the counter. But the person kept going. They're clearly still in the building.
Okay.
Why not? Just jump the counter. It's fine.
No, he's a good trained doggy.
Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I mean, he's quicker than anyone, so, We didn't happen to hear a name, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
And I'll say you explicitly did not hear a name. They were going out of their way not to mention names.
Well, as not to rouse suspicion, I would buy some lunch, I guess.
All right, you bring some stuff up to the front.
And then I go back to Vega. I think he's upstairs or in the back.
Big guy checks you out. You guys buy your food and you leave. As you meet back with Vega, you're just chilling here. Nothing crazy is happening.
You think it's on the second floor?
Does the place have a second floor?
This one does, yes. You're not sure if it's the same business, but there's definitely a second floor.
Does this building look like I could climb it?
Yeah.
Wait, did it look like there was an upstairs area for a second business on the inside, or?
You don't see any signs, so it's most likely probably where the people that work here live, or extra storage.
Well, we can try to sneak in back, or go up through a window.
I'm going to try to go up.
That works for me. Just roll me athletics.
I'll aid her as being a footstool.
Well, there's no aid.
Aiding her is going to help her.
For a critical failure, no. Would you like to fix this, Vega? Are we...
Yes.
All right.
It literally can't get worse than that.
This is quite true. So with your climbing ability, Vega, are you attempting to like throw a rope down? Or are you going up by yourself?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna go by myself. I'm gonna see if it's safe to drop a rope down, and then I will.
Okay. And then Arbalest, to help, what are you doing exactly to help her?
Well, I was going to do like the footstool thing, but instead I'm going to, if this works, because she apparently climbs like a monkey, be on the lookout so that nobody spots her, I guess.
Sure. Perception, and to give her a +1, we'll say a 15. So there you go, 20. All right, so a 27, Vega. That is a critical success. Not only can you climb this building, you understand this building top to bottom. You don't make a single sound, but you climb it using all of your strength. And you're able to find, in fact, multiple areas that you could hang a rope that really wouldn't stand out too much. In fact, you find like locations, various footholds and bricks and things and like hunks of wood where you could like loop a rope and it wouldn't pull off from the building, wouldn't make any sound. People probably shouldn't notice either. So you got multiple options.
Excellent. I'll tie to one out of the way.
All right, you're able to do this fairly easily. And you find a pretty good path on the way up. You notice as you are climbing this that, man, if I took a step there, whoo, boy, I might have fallen through the roof. That would have been really bad. It's a good thing I didn't do that. And with that, yes, we have a standard, not inside rope that is prepared for everyone. I want to have you guys roll to climb this because everything is set up and ready. You see various windows and such, and these are, like, realistically the only ways to get in.
That's right. I don't need your stupid inside ropes.
I'll pull them out anyways. I'll throw them at you.
I
This is
don't.
the custom.
No, I don't.
No, the thing is, once I stop
Give
touching
me a
them, they
reflex save.
disappear. So I throw them at you. It looks like they're just going to wrap around you and then they disappear.
Yep, not freaked out at all.
It's a silly
Fine.
trick. It's just fun. Alrighty, as you all indeed do head up, you see a few windows you could probably pop into. Do you want to just pick one, or?
I mean, do we want to pop in though? Or do we want to try to listen? Or look in, I guess.
Listen first.
After about 5-10 minutes of waiting, you do hear some muffled conversation. You're not sure if it's two people talking or one person just thinking to themselves. It's infrequent.
Can we hang from the ledge of the roof?
Yeah, well, what are you attempting to do?
Listen closer, I guess.
Also
Maybe
because-
take a peek inside.
Yeah. Also because you guys are in such a good position. You won't all need to do this. I'll just have one of you do it. Roll stealth, but I'll lower the DC to 14. Excellent, 22. Not a crit, but really close. As you sort of flip and suspend yourself via rope, via Vega, who knows? It's all working out for us. You can get closer to a particular window. As you listen on in, fortunately the blinds are not pulled, so you can get as close as you need to. And you hear someone basically laughing to themselves, saying like, I can't believe they paid for it twice, what idiots! And then you hear another somewhat gruff voice from a distance basically telling them like, all right, like keep the volume down, please. And they're kind of just laughing to themselves, so you can hear them tossing like a gold bag in their hand.
All right, nodding along. Do they say anything more?
What are you looking for exactly?
I mean, honestly, anything about the information itself.
Seeing as they'd have no reason to just say it out loud randomly, probably not.
Okay.
Do they recognize the voice at least?
This sounds like the same person, yeah, definitely.
Shall we do this the Vega way?
Or maybe we can wait for them to leave.
Actually, the Vega way was kidnapping, but close enough.
I mean, we can also still do that if they leave. There's no point in doing it if they're both together in a room.
Fair, I guess.
Okay, so you want to wait for them to leave and basically jump them, or?
Well, Vega can jump them. I'm gonna sneak into the room when they leave. I mean, if both of them leave, at least.
Okay. After waiting some time, they're on the second floor. You kind of hear them moving about a bit, and they mention something about, okay, I gotta go. I got some more business I gotta work on. And you hear them descend the stairs. And as they do, they reach bottom, and they begin to move towards that back door that Vega was guarding. You don't hear the big individual or the other one leaving. They're definitely staying in this building, at least until it's closed later tonight.
But they are still in the room, right?
They're on the first floor.
Okay, so the room is empty, basically.
The top floor is, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't hear anyone walking around.
I guess I'm gonna go try to go in there.
Okay. The windows are definitely locked. So we got one person heading out. Are we doing this at the same time? You're breaking in while Vega's trying to stop this person, or?
It's only one person.
And we're going to tie him up with inside ropes.
Yes, of course. Our go-to
Yeah.
rope for tying people up.
Exactly.
So we have Vega and
At
Kane on
least
the
I would
first
say
floor?
that Vega and Flint can follow them, I guess. Or at least Flint can.
Okay, so Vega, Flint, and Kane are following this person, and Arbalist, you're breaking into the second floor.
Apparently. I'm not
Alrighty,
very good at thievery, by the way, so...
All right, it's going to be the same DC. You guys are in a good position, so 14.
It is thievery, though?
Yep, thievery. Thievens.
Well, I definitely ain't thieving that.
Definitely not great. Are we sticking with the 7?
I don't have any more hero points, so...
Alrighty. Because you're kind of in control of the situation, Arbalist, when do you choose to pop this window? Are you waiting for this person to leave? Are you waiting for Vega and Kane to start following them?
I definitely don't want him to be in earshot, basically, so...
Okay. So you're waiting for them to be completely out of, like, eye and earshot?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to effectively wait for all that. No issue. And Vega, Kane, you begin to follow this person. I'll have you guys tell me how you do that in just a second. And then Arbalist, you start to kind of break your way into this building. And takes a second on the lock. As you mentioned, you're not the best at these. You're a pretty big dude. Maybe these windows aren't the best size, but you're able to sort of pop it. And then you can slide the window open, from what you can tell. Essentially, no issue. You think you hear, like, for a second, maybe something like shift, like an extra part of the window, as if it's falling, and you react to it, but it doesn't fall. It's fine. And you probably hold for a second to double check, but you're good. The glass isn't, like, dislodging. You didn't break it, and you seemingly have access to the room.
Okay. I guess search action to find anything.
All right, 19. What are you looking for precisely? Not a huge room, but it's fairly big.
Yeah, like anything that looks like some kind of documentation, official-ish, that might be about a safe or a hidden vault. Maybe even a map.
Okay. As you are looking about, there is, of course, a lot to look through. In fact, there's not like a ton, but this person was not very organized for whatever reason. And you're finding a lot of the shit they left out is just that shit. But eventually we get to some info that looks like it like pertains to what we found. It's basically their, like, notes. You find it in, like, the second, I'd say, book. They have a couple out, and it looks like they had to sort of connect this and figure it out and talk to other people, join up some stories and such to actually get the information that led them to believe what they currently believe. And as you're flipping through this, Arbalist, the information's probably in here. But as you're flipping through it, you can hear some kind of confused talking on the first floor. And right as you crack this book open and start to kind of flip through it, you hear the individual begin to ascend the stairs. What do you do?
Is the door lockable?
For this room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the key inside? Or some kind of locking mechanism on the inside?
You can definitely lock it from the inside. You need a key to unlock it from the outside.
Yeah, sure. I'll lock it from the inside.
Okay.
And I'll keep looking for a second.
Okay. You very quietly lock the door. You keep looking, and there's just a lot of info here. It's really hard for you, like, just to parse everything. And as you're kind of getting basically to the good stuff, you hear the person stop pretty brusquely at the door and just go, huh? And you hear a loud just, they're knocking.
I keep looking through the documents and ignoring it.
All right. They shout fairly loud and say, "Why'd you lock the door? What are you doing in there?"
I keep ignoring it.
All right. You indeed keep ignoring it. You hear a sort of panicked, like, shit, as they're going for their keys. You eventually find that the date you guys are looking for is, we'll say, approximately 8 days from now. But you can't find the why. Effectively, the information that Vega found. But you do know the exact date.
Does it match up to my celebration?
You see things mentioned about moons, but nothing that, solidifies the information. But you do have a date.
I'll try to quietly jump out of the window, do a flip, land, hopefully not break my bones.
Excellent. As you sort of move to go out the window, the door flies open, and you see that large individual that was standing behind the counter, looking about, and they catch your ass end leaving, but they don't see your face. And you just hear what the shit as they start to move towards you as you squeeze through the window and begin to jump out onto the first floor roof. Where are you going from here? Are you just jumping down and running, or?
Like below this window, what is there? Is it like just a flat wall and nothing else?
Below the window is basically the first floor roof, and then below that's just the floor. So you got, like, first floor roof, and then second floor.
So if I were to press myself against, like, the wall of the first floor, does it hide me from the window?
Yes, but it won't hide you from them. Not easily, at least. You're too big and it's too obvious.
Yeah, okay. Where's the nearest corner?
I mean, you can whip around the corner of the building and jump down and start running.
Yeah, I'll basically do that probably. Following wherever Vega was going.
Sure. You're able to whip down there, and you hear, like, right as you're jumping down, they kind of slam into the window, as if they're trying to fit through, maybe forgetting that they don't literally fit. And they see you running, but they can't see your face because you're smart enough, obviously, to not turn around. You hear just a slurry of curses flung your way, Arbalest, but they fade into the background as you're able to turn the corner. And Vega, and you guys have a bit of a head start. You start to see this person walking around and doing their thing. What is your guys' plan to, I don't know, I'm not sure what you're doing. What are you doing? Catching him?
Yeah.
Okay, how are we doing this?
Is it just the one?
There is one person walking around. You guys are in a back alley-ish, but you're still fairly out in the open.
Is there a corner I can drag him into?
If you are very fast and very careful, yes.
Then I wish to be very fast and very careful.
Okay, I will say for this, roll athletics, because you're basically going to catch up to them, grab them, and then like put your hand over their mouth. It's going to be relatively difficult, though, so we'll say a 16. Not super hard, but 23. I think you got it.
I am an athletic wench.
Very much so. You dash forward, grabbing this person, and you're able to pull them off to the side, somewhere just out of the way, so people do not see you. They are wriggling and struggling, but after a second or so, they realize you are substantially stronger and effectively give up trying to look up at you, Vega, but you have a really good grip on them.
Ooh, you're smart.
Can't respond, so.
I have a couple questions for you. And if you answer them, I'll let you live.
Okay, they pause for a second.
In fact, better, I'll let you keep your balls intact.
Okay, horrifying. They slowly nod.
I need to know about the entrance to the vault. Does he look like he wants to answer?
Definitely not. You see somewhat of a deflation, as if to say, how do you know about that? And the look they give you basically says, I can't tell you that. I don't know how you know this, but I can't tell you that. You can roll me intimidate or diplomacy. I assume you're trying to intimidate, though.
Yeah, I'm going to start reaching for them family jewels.
Okay. I do not consent to this, but go for it.
That's a +2 circumstance bonus.
Plus, yeah, I mean, one for each ball.
I guess you really don't want these.
All right, 17. Their whole body just kind of like reels up as they're like, and so they're trying to push away from you.
A hold tighter?
They're not sure if, all right, freeze? Like, you're not going to kill me? Like, eh?
Are you going to answer the question?
Another full body just deflation, and they nod.
I will slowly take my hand away.
They're looking at you as if you're very stupid. But they're definitely very scared. So it's
a little, yes.
It's a mix of the two.
My brawn makes up for my lack of brains.
They look you up and down and just say, who are you?
Name's Vega.
Oh, I wasn't expecting an actual name, all right?
I heard treasure. That's all you need to know.
Right. Do you know you're attempting to, well, rough up?
I guess rough up's one way to describe it.
Castrate.
They sigh again.
I caught you off guard, didn't I, Hope?
No, they clearly don't want to answer, but you got them, so.
Got them by the balls, literally.
Yeah, they're just looking at you like, all right. Listen, I'll tell you, but you're probably in huge trouble after this.
Fine with me. I like trouble.
I don't know if you're dumb or brave or like what's going on here.
Bit of both?
Sure. You know what? Fine. What do you want to know?
I already said, where's the entrance?
Where's the entrance? It's in the sewers.
Yeah, I know that already.
Oh, okay. How'd you find that out?
Nunya, where's the entrance?
It's in the sewers. Listen, you know that area off the pier? Not many boats rope themselves up anymore. There's a connection to the sewers that most folk don't use anymore. Sometimes they toss like dead animals and shit in there that, ones that didn't make it, rotten fish, things of that nature. It's not that one, but it's the one that's just beyond it, even a little further misused. Fortunately, this one isn't clogged with shit. You can enter through there if you want, or you can, take the normal entrance and just move your way through. Good luck with that, I guess, if you don't mind the smell. But yeah, apparently you can sneak on through there. You gotta take a dip in the water. You'll get a little wet, but you'll definitely get in. I guess just make sure no one sees you, because, yeah, it's a little weird. You move in there, it's literally a straight shot. Apparently, at the end of this walkway, there's just a big old pool, and that's the entrance. That's all I know. I promise, don't rip my balls off.
I crack my knuckles temptingly.
You get a punt? What? No. I told you.
Would I ever arrive at this point?
Yes, you turn the corner, Arbalest, and you see. How are you holding this person, Vega? They're shorter than you by like a good head or two.
Look in Discord for inspiration.
In inspiration?
It's a
For
good
inspiration.
It's a good picture.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
That plus some weird combination of you're able to hold their mouth shut as well. The logistics are beyond us, but she made it
I
work.
want to know where you got that picture.
It's
The
very.
red hair fit.
That's a
Well,
really common picture. It's a meme.
One of those people is very well known, at least, so you know.
Oh, gotcha.
I
Okay.
don't like where this is going.
It's a meme. Literally take that picture and just replace tall woman with any other character, and like there you go.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny actually. There's one of Samus like lifting Link or something. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, but
I
that
was
one's
tempted of linking that other picture with like the waifu basically pressing a guy against the floor with her legs.
Yeah. So dude's hosed, and you see that Arbalest. Vega has this person, and they kind of turn to you, and they go, oh, like they roll their eyes, like, okay, yeah.
I take like half a second to like reconsider, and like, all right, you were right. I know we know when it is. Do we know where it is?
yeah, we do.
Ah, well, we're done.
It's impossible for me to punch him out for 2 seconds, right?
I would suggest just letting him go and instead threatening him with telling the Rams that he basically made them pay double for keeping quiet, because we did overhear that.
You did?
Okay. I'll let you have the honors because I'm preparing to punch.
I'll walk up to him like, oh, hold on, we don't have to knock him out yet. You see, as it turns out, these guys have been swindling the Rams, made them pay a bit extra. And I'm sure you wouldn't want them to find out about that, do you?
He is your lookout to say, all right, wise guy, where are you getting this information from?
Let's just say a birdie was sitting on your roof while you were talking to your friend.
They nod along.
Maybe you should be quiet.
He smirks and just nods.
Right then.
All right, I'll let him go.
And do remember, if they, well, I assume there's going to be people there anyway. But if the force seems to be extra careful and waiting for us, we will be back for you.
I'll give a pointed look at his crotch.
As they're walking away, he looks down and says, would you stop with that?
Man's biggest weakness.
Listen. What was
Why
that?
is it that every character she's ever made had something with cutting or crushing balls?
The other one was sausages, but yes.
Yeah, true. I mean, it was close enough.
And Margot's
Sausage
arms?
cutter.
Fortunately, she's just
I
arms.
have a problem. I'm sorry.
Just arms. But he looks at you guys to say, like, I'm not going to squeal,
Good.
but you three look new here. I don't recognize any of y'all. This isn't a threat, but
Consider it outside hires.
sure.
We are backed.
Regardless of who you know and what you're messing with, be careful where you stick your nose, all right?
I always do.
Friendly advice, I guess. You piss off the wrong person, you might not wake up tomorrow.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh,
Another look as if to say, you guys are weird, okay.
What I told you guys, I've died before.
Yeah, I know.
Not wanting to get into that, he just waves his hand and just say, okay, whatever. And then he just kind of pieces out, turns around, and heads back to the shop. All right, with that, yes, you guys have all 3 bits of information.
Right. If you want to report back to Guy McFace.
what did you just call it?
Guy McFace, you know, McCain.
He looks like a
What a
gremlin. Do we need
I
to?
mean, he's a goblin.
He's a hobgoblin.
Yeah, I mean, he might send some more troops to help us out, I guess, or distract the other guys. I don't know. Stake out the sewer so I don't have to go in alone. Or maybe he'll backstab us.
It's up to you. I was under the
I mean-
impression he didn't really care.
Yeah, but still, it might be useful to like tell him that we know. We don't have to tell him the details.
Sure. All right.
All right, so we can back and let him know that you know what's up.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I guess probably should since the date's like a week away.
Yeah, we still have like 8 days. So.
All right, and on the note of it being a few days away, since you guys said you're only telling him some information, what aren't you
I
telling him?
mean, honestly, I don't mind telling him everything. He has been open to us about this stuff, so if he wants to help out. Or if he wants to leave it to us, then there's no point in telling him. That's up to him, I guess.
Okay. So we are sharing everything?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, if he's interested in it.
Oh, I mean, he literally wants you guys to do this, so yeah, it's very interested because he has more information for you. The reason he's sending you there, you guys don't currently know why you're going there.
No, that's true, actually.
Besides their stuff. So...
Like, we basically, or at least I would offhandedly mention, like, okay, we know where it is and when it is. Do you need to know the details?
Not necessarily, no. In fact, we can make things quite simple. Like I mentioned before, I'm there for a singular item. I won't be going myself. That's what you three are for. And if I may say, this is incredibly important. First and foremost, I mentioned before, anything you find down there is yours to keep, except for one singular item. I won't be sending anyone else in with you, so distribute it amongst yourselves as you see best fit. The one item I want, though, should be impossible to miss. There should be some other folk from the Ram most likely heading on in down there, unless they were louder than we were expecting and there's other folks, but it's probably going to be dangerous, so I don't expect them to come back. You happen to run into them? Do as you will, I don't care. But there's one thing I need you to bring back for me. The item I mentioned that I misplaced some years ago. There's a small silver box. It should be entirely made of silver. When I say small, it's about the size of an apple, a little larger.
So grapefruit.
Not really, that's a bit too big, but you catch my drift. It can fit in a single hand. There shouldn't be hundreds of silver boxes down there, but if there are, mine is special. There's an engraving of a hippocampus on it. Should be impossible to miss.
PTSD.
What?
P2S.
Is the hippocampus
Oh,
part of
right.
the brain?
It's like a horse, but like a fish at the same time. It's like a horse with fins. I don't know of many boxes with hippocampuses, hippocampi, whatever. That animal on them, so it should stick out, yes?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Perfect. You bring that back to me, all the other shit's yours. Don't open the box, by the way. I want it back exactly as you find it. If it's covered in shit, that's fine. Just don't open it.
Only the lamb.
Now watch the thing that we need be inside there.
Well, you're going to a sewer, so it makes sense.
Yeah, true.
Does that all sound good? Do we need any other further explanations?
Nope, sounds great.
Do you happen to have any idea what else might be in there? Or,
Not really, no. Like I mentioned before, I heard that things tend to go missing and people attribute it to, well, thieves, which can't see where they get that from, but some folk tend to think it ends up in this location, which is, perfect. No one knows where it is, no one knows what it is. So yeah, sure, all the random shit that goes missing in our town ends up down there. Why not?
That sounds weirdly familiar. Fairy tales.
What?
Yeah, basically.
Fairy tales. The sock gremlin.
Oh, yeah.
Well, perfect. Since it's a few days from now, I don't suppose the three of you will be too busy. I can find work for you all if you'd like.
Sure. Need to keep busy anyway.
Yeah, I gotta
I
say,
don't
limber.
mind getting my hands on some more money.
Excellent. Sounds like a perfect way to introduce a mechanic then. Alrighty.
All good.
So,
Downtime day.
indeed. All right, there is a downtime activity called Earn Income. It's exactly what it sounds like. You need to be you need to be trained in said activity. It is normally a crafting skill, a lore skill, or a performance skill. Other ones will be accepted, but it will increase the DC. So I'll be really transparent in how this works. I have a table and a sheet and all that extra good shit. Basically, you're going to do an activity at your guys' level, and effectively all you need to do is tell me the skill you're using. If it's something that's weirder, I'm just going to increase the difficulty by a wee bit, probably just one. And for specifically the next 7 days, because we'll need 1 day to prepare to go down there, we're going to do this activity and you get paid. That's it. Very simple. So we can start with Vega. How do you want to help Kincaid and Finn? They can place you with what you're good at. How do you want to help? So remember, traditionally, crafting, lore, and performance are like the main skills, but you can use other ones.
Give me physical labor.
Okay.
This
Sounds
is a
like
fishing village, right?
yes. Sounds like athletics then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unga bunga, I lift stuff.
Well, don't roll it. I have a thing.
There's a table for this, right?
Yes. In fact, I have a macro for it that should just automatically make it work. So we're going to ignore that last roll because that's a failure. We don't want that. All right. So we're rolling.
Failure still pays you, right?
Yes, but poorly. It pays in copper.
Yeah, it does.
All right. So we're doing this for 7 days. We're doing it at level 2, and we're using athletics, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I can adjust this. That's a problem. Doesn't matter. We're gonna roll and see what we end up with. The DC should be 16. I'm increasing it to just 17. So we'll see how that plays out. I will say, if you want, this is up to you. You can lower the difficulty of the task 1 level, Vega, which will bring it to a level 1 task with a 16 DC. The payout is only slightly less, but it's easier. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. All right, earn income. Boop. All right, a failure. So we roll all that shit.
That's still a failure.
Yes, but it's something. So did it add the money automatically? Let's find out. I do not think it did. Okay, cool. Good, honestly. So salary for doing this for 7 days, which is helping with fishing and such. Unfortunately, that is a failure, but that will net you 14 copper. So
I mean,
That's 1 silver, 4 copper.
My village is in the mountain, so this makes sense.
yeah, if you add 14 copper, I think it automatically translates it, but it might not. So go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
go ahead and enter it, Vega, and we'll see what happens. And then let's see. So sell a treasure. Do not do that.
But you can sell treasure?
Yeah, I wouldn't click that just in case it sells, important
Oh my
shit.
God, it sold my crossbow.
Yeah, no, right?
No.
Okay. Arbalest, what would you like to do?
Take a guess.
You're
I can do engineering.
I say you're good at a lot of things. So, all right, engineering lore. Do we want to do that at level 1 or level 2?
Do it at level 2, and I'm going to say I need to do something with wood specifically, so I get a +1.
Yes.
That confident.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
the one thing I'm good at.
That's the one thing he's good at. Yeah,
a critical fail.
Yeah, I'm good at athletic.
you nailed it.
Success.
All right, so that'll give you
16. Oh,
that's 21 silver. I don't think it translates upwards, so yeah, that's technically
2 gold.
two gold, 1 silver. Yeah.
Making bank.
Unfortunately, it doesn't automatically translate. That's fine. Mr. Kane, what would you like to do?
Is there anything magical he needs help with?
Kincaid specifically, no, but he can reference you to somebody else.
Like this.
Sure, why not?
We can do Arcana, but the DC will be higher because they don't need help. It's just it's a more niche thing. So we can do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that level 1 or level 2? Level 1 is 15 DC. Level 2 is 16, and then I'm just adding a +1 on top of that.
I'll go for level 2. I can try.
All right, I believe. So it's not counting. Oh, I'll roll it. No worries.
Oh.
I have a macro. Good thing, because that's not good enough.
Oh, it's a critical success.
That is a.
Do it twice?
That's actually a regular success because
Oh,
the
no,
DC would have been the DC would have been 17, so technically it's 1 off from a critical success. But it's very close. And for reference to Vega, don't do it now because I already added the money for you. When you go into your inventory, in the literal inventory tab with the little bag, there's a plus button next to your gold. Don't push the little gold thing that says sell old treasure because I don't know what that does. There's a plus and a minus. Obviously, I've already added the gold, so you don't need to, but you'd hit plus, and then you can add whatever you want from there. So that's how you do it. That's also why you subtract gold.
Man, I'm so tempted to press the button.
The sell old treasure button?
Yeah.
I honestly, I think...
I doubt it'll do anything because I don't have any treasure, but...
Probably,
Aside from my gold.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure some things are coded as treasure, so it would just sell them automatically, but I'll just give you guys gold. I'll just say, this is worth blank, trade it in, problem solved. Kane, you help with... It's a little harder to find work for this. Kincaid isn't really a huge fan of magic, so it takes him maybe a little bit longer to find an individual that really needs help with Arcana, but you're able to find maybe an alchemist or someone that needs help with certain maybe identifying spells, things of that nature. Vega, you try to help with fishing while Arbalest effectively helps with crafting boats and such for people. So
Casually crafting boats.
Yeah, craft a boat.
I'm making all the fishing rods that Vega's breaking.
Basically, yeah.
By the end of the week, they've put me over to just hauling the fish out.
One fish at a time.
Dirty.
They don't trust you.
No, the big bag.
Have a not a big bag, a medium bag. So
I got
drop
the brawn.
You're just too eager to do it.
Maybe, yes.
Maybe you flip the bag over your shoulder and rip it open and all the fish spill out.
Keeps eating half the produce.
Or that.
No.
She would never.
Raw fish is great.
True.
I mean, it is.
Raw prawn, not so much, honestly, but, bottom feeders.
What did we have, babe? The shellfish? What was it?
What, mussels?
Sea
Oysters?
conch.
It was sea conch?
Yeah, it was conch.
You can eat sea conch?
Yeah, it's crunchy.
Not good. Really chewy.
Really, really
If you
great.
eat it with the shell, yeah.
No, on sushi, it was not good.
I can imagine.
Rest of sushi was great. That was not something I want again.
It shouldn't be crunchy, that was the issue, unless it's dirty.
Crunchy's the wrong word, but it was still crunchy. I can't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I can't think of a better word.
Yeah.
Crunchy's wrong, but it's also right.
It might have been like slightly overcooked, but that's
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
You can't really get rid of the entire crunchiness, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly.
Because that's just how mollusks work.
Unfortunately, it didn't taste good either, so double offender. Alrighty.
I mean, it's well, I wouldn't say acquired taste. You just have to like it. I do like it, so,
Alrighty, so after about 7 days of work, we have one wonderful day of downtime. And because you guys are very well aware that you're going to be going into a sewer, of course, there's no natural light down there. And assuming this goes down even further, there should not be natural light down there either. Vega, obviously, reminder, you have that lamp, but don't use the ever-burning one because we can't turn it off, as a reminder.
I will whip it out.
Yeah, just whip out the normal one, and then that way you can turn it on and off on your character much easier. So after some time, as I mentioned, he's not really super interested in like babying you guys. He's not really super interested in, telling you like where to go. He trusts y'all. Y'all know what you're doing. Vega has 24 gold, I think. Yeah, 24.
Still shy.
Is your name Vega?
Sometimes when I click on your character, it is.
Damn it.
See? Says Vega. 1. That was me. I'd have that. There's actually a mod that prevents me from typing as you guys. It's that much of a pandemic. Anyway.
How do you want to loan some money from me?
Loan from?
Loan from me? About
Did you mean borrow from you?
Yes. Do you want me to loan some gold to you, I mean?
What do I need to buy?
About 8 gold so you can upgrade your weapon to a +1.
Can I do that?
You can. It's just
assuming
expensive.
There's a runesmith in it. Yeah, it's 35 gold.
Yeah, 35 gold if you want to do that.
Yeah. Or you can subtract 3 from your runestone. So yeah, you need 32 gold, I believe.
Sure, why not?
31.5 gold.
All right,
Sure.
You do want to go down that route?
Yeah, let's spend all my money.
Okay.
Let me send
That's
you.
fine.
Actually, how do I send her gold?
Just subtract it. So she currently has 24.
I'll give her 8 for mine.
Okay. So first we'll add 8. And you have that little rune boy. The runestone's worth 3 gold. This thing that you're getting specifically is 35. So 35 minus 3 is, hey, look, 32. That's exactly how much money you have. So I'll delete the runestone. Goodbye. Under the details, we have a potency and striking rune. Oh, that's so nice. Everything's just wonderfully organized here. So for potency, we'll increase that by uno. Suddenly your shit's worth way more. All right. And that just basically saves. Boop. All right, you now have a +1 greatsword. Okay, it did not eat the weapon potency rune, so I'm going to delete it. I was wondering if it would. Now you're poor. Congratulations. All right, do you want to try swinging that bad boy, Vega? Nice. See, I was hoping we'd fix that. That is a problem, actually.
What's the problem?
Manifest Soulforge armament. That should not be on all the time. So we'll figure out how to fix it later. Every time you roll, unless you have that active, you're going to have to... Is it shift click the weapon? Yes. You're going to have to shift click whenever you attack, where it says Manifest Soulforge Armament. You're going to turn that off every single time and roll like that. So it just says Strength, Trained, and Potency Rune.
Well, I'd rather default have to turn it on.
I don't know why, but it's stuck permanently on. You don't have a toggle in your character. There's something on you, and unfortunately, there's a tab that should tell you where all your conditions and effects are coming from. It's not currently working, so we have to just deal with that. So just remember.
Okie doke.
Yeah, and if for any reason it doesn't work, I'll just subtract 1 from your roll. So not a huge deal. All right, anyway, after days of waiting, we're finally able to jump on down. Like I mentioned, you guys can technically bamboozle this if you want. How early are we going? When are we doing this? Since we technically know the date.
I mean, do we want to like show up when it opens, or do we want to be there and like before that so we can fight people off, basically?
Probably before.
Yeah, I agree. Probably before.
Okay. So you were told there will be definitely more than 3 people coming, of course.
Maybe we should sneak in after the fact then.
Yeah, so you guys know that there's a lot of people coming, actually, and there's multiple entrances. So however you guys want to do that. This is information that you would have had from them.
I don't know. This is kind of weird.
All right, so how long is the door supposed to be open?
Yeah, it's going to be like it stays open for a minute and you can enter it, but after that time you can get out at some place, or is it more of it stays open for an hour and you have until then?
To your guys' knowledge, it stays open for quite some time. There's no like defined time span, but effectively from what you guys gathered, it should be open for as long as it is open, going both ways. So if it's open for the whole day, the whole night, whatever it may be, then the passage, whatever it should be, should remain open for that entire time.
So it's probably best if we blitz in, fight anyone off, and then quickly get our stuff and get out again.
Yeah.
Trying to literally destroy everyone coming. Yeah, so I think rushing in the moment it opens is the better choice then.
All right, we can do that.
That works.
So, since of course this is associated with the moon, we know very well that this is only going to be open at night. With all that, you don't see a huge group of the ram waiting outside this obvious location. Maybe they're trying somewhere else. Who knows, honestly. But you guys are able to shimmy down. Vega will say you're able to sort of kick the grate open, the second one from the nasty one. And it is indeed both loose and not covered in dead fish and such. So throwing down ropes, inside ropes, what have you, your group is able to easily get in. Looking about, you guys are definitely in a sewer. So those of you that have it, whip out the torch. Vega has the ever-burning torch. So that makes things a little bit easier. And the pathway here is relatively straightforward. Of course, the stink and the general humidity of the underground tunnels hit you fairly quick. The nice cool lapping of the waves and the lake air dissipates almost instantly when you guys enter this location. It is definitely quite dank, and you're not really sure anyone's come down here before. It doesn't take no more than 5 or 7 minutes of walking at the end of this pathway that you can kind of see beyond you guys. There is a huge pool. Now, I do mean huge, like hundreds of feet across. It's not perfectly circular, it's more oval. And you do see maybe off in the distance like another path that would lead to here. Presumably the ram will be taking, that path. Maybe they found a different way. Maybe they're right behind you guys. Who knows? We'll find out. And we wait some time. After maybe 10 or so minutes, because we did indeed get here early, you all hear a rumbling. And that rumbling begins to pick up. All the water in front of you in this giant pool begins to bubble and gyrate as the waves slap up against the old dilapidated stone. Any creatures or things that would have been prowling around and slinking about, they all kind of run away at the vibrations and the general sound and violence of this quick opening. And looking just up ahead, you see what seem to be giant pillars ascending from wherever the bottom of this pool would lead to. And it's just circular pillar after circular pillar, almost hopscotch-like, leading from where you guys are currently standing, 30 or so feet away, into a larger circle that seems to have risen. And in the center of the circle, you all see what looks like a grate or a latch or something along those lines. And while this is happening, about 4 of these pop up throughout this whole circular pool area.
I'll lead the way. There's no other guests around, right?
Not that you currently see, but you know they should be here momentarily, especially after that shaking.
All right, well then, yeah, let's move fast.
All right, your group moves quickly as you guys don't necessarily need to hop, but you carefully hop from stone to stone as you eventually get to the larger one that's near the center, but not dead center. It's kind of off the side.
I kind of wish I had like a bottle of oil now.
Does anyone have a bottle of oil?
I have soap. Does that work?
That's the opposite. What are you looking for?
I want to make the thingies we jump over slippery.
Oh, I mean, soap does that, yeah.
So I will spend 5 minutes to make the, a few minutes, as few as I possibly can, to make the pillars we are jumping over slippery.
Sure. This won't expend all of your soap, but it doesn't take too long, fortunately. They're already wet. They're already they're slick, but there's definitely some grab to them, and you're able to basically soap up each one as you are bringing up the rear end of your guys' group going jump, 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 jump. And eventually you will reach this giant circle with a grate on it. It looks like there's a latch for grabbing if you wish.
All right.
Grab the latch. Go down.
All right. As you pull up the latch, it fights for a moment, but then screeches loudly as you lift and look down into complete pitch black darkness. Vega, you sort of wave your flame and it just goes straight on down. There's a ladder, and that's about it. Can't even see the bottom.
What's the ladder made of?
Metal.
Don't destroy it. We need to get out of here. I can make it slippery if you want.
Are we going down?
I still haven't bought the stupid lantern I wanted. Can I say I did that in the last week?
How much was it?
I think it's like 3 silver or something. It's cheap.
That's it?
A ball lantern or something? What's it called?
You tell me. There's like 3,000 items.
Oh, it's 1 gold actually. It's a bullseye lantern.
Bullseye lantern? All right. Do
bullseye.
you have the gold for that?
I have a gold, yeah. I also need to buy some oil for it, I guess.
You now have the bullseye lantern. All right. As you all descend, and it takes a good almost minute of just straight down. Climb, 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 climb.
No. I want to do that, the slide thing down, right? Put my feet on the sides and just whoosh.
All right. Hoping this thing to be incredibly stable, Vega, you do just that. And as maybe, Kane and Arbalist are getting bored descending this thing, you decide to expedite the process. And being first, you just slide on straight down. The floor reaches you a bit quicker than you would have expected. You kind of slam your feet into the ground and get that really jarring feeling for but a moment, but you're fine.
I don't have the button for torch. I just have to equip it.
Yeah, that's the way her other torch works. If it's on her and in the equip slot, it's just forever on. You can never turn it off.
Yeah, that's apparently also how lanterns work. So, okay. Makes sense, I guess. It should not be a full 360 vision, though, if that's doing... No, it's not, okay. Wait, then how is it aiming? What?
Who knows? We'll figure it out. Or just turn it off. Who knows? This area's too small to figure it out, honestly, because Vegas is on too, so it's overlapping.
Yeah, I mean, mine goes a lot further, but yeah.
Yeah. It might be 360. There's ways to do it, but the front of your token is not hard to program. I don't know if Pathfinder has it built in.
I also don't have to manhandle the everlasting torch. It's just in my belt.
Yes.
I can turn my token and it turns nice.
Yeah, it's probably the bottom of your token is the front. Yeah, it is. Okay.
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's in the system. It's just you gotta dance with it. So if you don't mind twisting
I'm pointing it that way then.
You're pointing it right, correct, yeah. Alrighty, and as the three of you reach the bottom, Vega, you pull your lantern back out. Arbalist, you pull out your new lantern. And
realistically, can I have Flint carry this lantern in his mouth?
Technically, yeah. I think. He can hold it in his mouth. It'll just be awkward.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to carry a 2-handed crossbow,
Correct.
I'll have Flint carry the lantern.
Sure. We'll just keep it on you now for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Your group is able to enter, and you hear in the distance water not rushing, but running. You hear dripping, and if you stop for a second and listen, you can definitely hear some things moving about and shifting in the shadows.
So, question.
Yeah.
If this opens on a certain moon holiday, is there anything godly about this place?
Unless you consider darkness and dirty stones to be godly, no.
Okay.
Usually holidays, happen on special days, not the other way around. So it makes sense. It doesn't have to be related to religion.
Yes.
So, where do we go? Right or down?
Well, we're looking for a pool. It looks like there's a pool down. I see a larger glimmer of water.
You're heading southward, Vega?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as you head southward, you get to about this... The hiccup?
No, that was me reacting to that thing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, bless you? Oh, yeah, I guess you would see that. Oh, wow, you can see really far.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be able to see through those walls, I assume, but yeah, the ball lantern is fun. It has a 60 feet range or something?
Yes. Looking forward, though, Vega, as you approach from the south, you can hear something not necessarily shuffling, but clicking up against an eastern wall from where you're sitting. And it's really consistent.
All right, so my attention is fully focused on the eastern wall when I go south.
Okay. And as you do, you see absolutely impossible to miss sight. There is someone who's clearly been dead for a very, very, very long time. And running through them are huge, thick vines that are just snaking its way through its body, in and out the eye holes, out the mouth, and moving around the arms and such. It's not really moving, the skeleton at least, but this thing is just sitting here. And as you get closer, Vega, the body kind of clicks and turns. You notice the sound you were hearing was its hand, or its fingers, like click, 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 clicking against the floor. And it slowly turns to look at you.
With what?
Its body slowly turns to look at you.
With what eyeballs?
Doesn't you? Who said you need eyes to look? I don't need eyes.
It's a plant. It knows.
The plant knows.
Looking with your eyes. What a casual.
Exactly. I mean, I can sense life in 5 levels.
In 5 levels. Oh my god.
I'm not picking that feat, by the way, but yes, technically I can.
Pull out my sword. This is a very odd mix of both my gods.
All right, sword drawn. You're just gonna charge it.
You should also get a puppy to carry your torch.
Eventually.
Actually, I'll be putting this torch down so I can actually, Flint can actually help.
Yes, I'm charging it.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me the danger dice.
Maybe I don't wanna.
You technically don't have to.
Yeah, you technically don't have to. You're way in the back of the hallway.
Maybe I want to destabilize my
Yes.
time stream and roll the dice for DC 11, I think it is.
You can do that too.
Yep, DC 11.
Okay.
All right, I failed.
What happens when you fail?
My initiative is 7.
Just 7?
1 plus my initiative modifier.
Ouch.
Okay. 7.
Congrats.
Fit for the gods. 1 plus your
I
initiative
rolled that
modifier.
one. I
Yeah.
rolled on that one, so that's what it would have been anyways.
Yeah. All right, Vega. Weapon is drawn. You see this thing, and it begins to rouse as you slowly move on towards it.
Step. Slice.
Ooh. Alrighty, you move on in, and with a singular blow, with just your first swing, you effectively scrape like half of the living vines that are on this thing. It's moving and means you violence.
Slice again.
All right. Yeah. All right. With 2 quick blows, you were able to take this thing down. And right at the waist, you just basically sever it in half. The top half, for a moment, is crawling towards you. But after a few seconds of movement, the plants and the little flowers on them seem to kind of wither ever so slightly and die down. They grow limp. And as they do, the rest of it, just all the little wriggling bits of skull seem to just stop moving. And it ceases.
This creature makes me feel conflicted.
I mean, if it was hostile.
It seemed not great moving towards you. Your slash did echo out throughout the halls a bit, and after waiting a moment, you do hear more movement, but you're not sure precisely what it is.
Besides, if it was bad, your god would have smote you for that.
Wait, what?
If it was bad, your god would have smote you for that.
Probably. Do we want to go towards the loudest water, or
Where you're currently standing, you can
Do we
hear
know where we
water.
need to go?
You can hear water from the east and the south. You can very clearly see water rushing and pooling to your south. You can hear it to the east.
yeah, do we know where we need to go, or are we just wandering around? I honestly wasn't expecting this place to be a maze.
Like maybe we can check the water, see which way it flows. Maybe it's a source or something.
All right, well, south it is. So, Kane, do you have any experience in sewer?
No, I hate it here.
God, you hate everywhere. First the spider den, now down here.
I mean, we keep going to disgusting places. I don't know what you expect.
Not my problem.
He has a point, though.
I didn't say it was your problem.
It's part of the job.
It's still gross.
Let me turn my token.
All right, that's fair.
All right, moving about, Vega, as you move that direction, you guys can see, so the art is a little strange, I guess, to elaborate on what you're saying. There are various walkways, and yes, they're kind of halfway in the water, ignore that. The walkway is next to that, the liney stuff is water. The loopy looking thing that's like
It's a bridge.
is a bridge. Yes, this thing is a bridge. So there are bridges that link the walkways. You can walk in the walkway without being in the water. You don't need to worry about that. When you look to the south from where you guys came from, especially you Arbalest, when you shone your light down there, you can almost hear like the slithering of vines, and once again more ticking and clicking coming from that south section. Definitely more than the north of where you guys came from.
Is this like going down?
Looking up ahead, so where you guys came from, there was a set of stairs to the west, and then you guys have whipped back around this way, looking to the north of where you are. You see a giant hole in the middle of the room with a set of stairs that just slowly spirals downward.
This looks promising.
And across the way, you guys can see a plant that's like wedged up against the wall, and it's kind of like writhing its little tentacle vines down the side. It's like this large, bulbous, almost pumpkin-looking thing with a hole on top. And all these vines are creeping upwards with plenty creeping and sagging down.
How are these plants living down here without any sunlight?
Usually that
carefully.
means that they, eat flesh or something.
Ah. Does it notice us?
I mean, there's tentacles going down the wall we have to walk past
there
to go
is?
down,
Alright.
right?
From this distance, it does not react to you.
Not yet.
Is it trailing down the stairs where we're about to go?
Yes.
Well, in that case. Hey, little guy.
You move
No,
toward it,
we-
meaning violence.
Indeed.
We do have someone that can, dispatch it from range with fire.
What?
Points at Kane. Wait, you have fire, right?
Shrug.
Kane?
Can you burn that spell thing?
I don't have fire. I got lightning.
Lightning, sure. I'm sure
Yeah,
that
that'll
works.
work.
It's a plant. Come on.
That you got some oil, right? Can you just set it on, light it up?
I'm not gonna waste my one bronze oil
All right,
on a copper
fair.
coin. I mean, it works, but we have lightning.
Alrighty, Kane, are you intending at violence?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's either that or the possibility of it snatching at you as we go down. Your choice.
Go ahead and roll me them, boys.
All right, first I am.
So, Vega, like I mentioned, if you want him to go first, you don't need to delay your turn. You can just do nothing. It doesn't see you, so it won't do anything on its turn either.
Fine.
Alrighty. Vega sternly stands for 3 actions. The plant seemingly wriggles and kind of just sits there, feeling things out. And Kane, it doesn't really seem to notice you as you guys walk up.
I don't think lightning will really do much to it, but I can try.
I mean, you can check if lightning will do anything to it, I guess, or if it's weak to anything in particular.
Oh yeah, I could recall knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nature check, right?
Recall knowledge on this one is indeed nature. Alrighty, with a 17, what do you want to know?
If it has any weaknesses that are obvious.
Yes, as your friends have been mentioning, it seems as if this plant would indeed be weak to fire.
I should have asked resistances, but it's fine. I mean, I'll just zap it and see how it goes. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I can shoot it if we need be, anyway. How is a plant gonna make a deep reflex save?
Very poorly. Rolled high, but fail. Alright, you send lightning coursing through this bad boy, and suddenly all of its tentacles come to action and it directs attention towards your group. Arbalest.
It shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to hunt this target, I guess. And I'm just gonna shoot it because, there's no points in anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
You hit it
Is
in its sack.
Is it dead yet?
You hit the danger sack, congratulations. Before this thing really gets a chance to move.
Wait.
Yes?
I'm going to recall knowledge nature to check if it's dead.
Let me check. It is carry the 4. Yes.
I'm not sure.
Incredibly dead. The DC was a 2. You got it.
Guys, I think it's dead.
Yeah. The arrow pierces through one of its tentacles as it kind of like slaps to the ground, getting ready to move towards you and kind of like dislodge itself from the ground. But it pierces through said tentacle, pierces through something clearly vital inside this thing. And you hear this really shrill, just like ringing coming from it. It sounds slightly wet before the plant just grows limp and ceases its movement.
We should hurry down before other things come.
Sure.
Alrighty.
On the plus side, the guys following us will probably have to fight through all of this, so
you
good
can
for us.
you can see there is a stair that should actually work. It says down.
What if I jump down?
You'd either be wet or die, depending on where you land. None of those are good
Hmm.
things. All right, after some time moving downward, you guys eventually reach the bottom. It's definitely wet on the way down, for fairly obvious reasons. The stone here seems somewhat dilapidated. As you guys are moving down now, you see various like funguses and such that are growing on the wall, but they're not yellow like that other one. They're closer to like a brown, but it's very thin and isn't really spread too far. It's like little patches, I guess. And you guys eventually reach the bottom.
Doesn't look like blood, right?
No, it's brown. It looks very mossy. Very clearly not blood. You would know.
You are correct.
And moving upward here, Vega, you guys pause for a moment, and you can indeed hear water rushing, but you hear something else. There's something scurrying and moving through this tunnel. It sounds rather heavy as well, almost like it's dragging itself. And then to your right, eastward, you guys can, once again, hear a very clear chittering and chattering. Just like hundreds of little voices.
Peek around for a better look.
As you peek around, you see a massive group of rats. They're all kind of just conjoining in one location, and they're not really like aiming for anything in particular, but they are moving around in this area, and they're kind of moving like southward, and they're kind of just chilling in this general corner.
Are they eating anything?
No, they currently are not eating anything.
Do they look hungry?
Of course they look hungry. They're not eating anything.
Have you played too much Plague Tale, Bunny?
I just like rats. If this was
Check
Plague
the other
Tale,
side.
there would be thousands of rats, not a pile of rats.
Fair.
So here, if this were Plague Tale, see where the rats are? Flip that. That'd be the one safe spot. Alrighty, and as you move southward, Arbalest, you hear, once again, more rushing water and more chittering coming from the south where you just came from.
Actually, would I have seen the other staircase from here?
Yes. You see a staircase that is leading upward, and more chittering seems to be coming from that room.
I don't think there's anything to the left. There seems to be a stairs back up to where we came from. So we might have to go south instead, or east instead, through the rats.
But I want to go this way.
Pause.
All right, well, let's go that way.
All right, Vega, just take a step forward.
I want to fight this giant
You
rat.
activated my trap card.
I want to fight.
You want to finish your sentence? Yes.
Meta knowledge.
Okay. Anyway, not all three of you. I guess currently Vega, just roll me perception, please and thank you. Secret if you can. It should be control.
Roll what?
Well, Vega specifically. Kane, what are you doing?
It might be control for secret rolls.
I think it's control. Yeah.
I would have been following
Yes.
Vega. I just wasn't moving my token because I saw this
Okay.
on the
Excellent.
side.
It's
I'm not
a
going to move yet.
it's a wonderful bundle of boys. There are other two of you, Arbalest and Kane. Go ahead and roll me perception as well.
Oh yeah, I want to go that way because I don't want to go
Also
by the rats
secretly,
yet.
or?
And then Arbalest, you'd be here because that's in the water. Perfect. Alrighty.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean,
Makes sense, actually.
if you want to be in the water, sure.
It depends how deep it is, I guess, but...
Pretty deep. It's not great.
No. I don't want to swim in the shit water.
All right, all three of you rolled well, so I will tell you multiple things. Vega, you see in front of you this general like hallway up ahead of you. It doesn't seem to be like one pressure plate. It seems to be multiple pressure plates. You can probably avoid them, but there's a lot going on here. It seems like the entire hallway.
As in, it is a trap.
Oh, 100%. No questions asked.
Well, then this is definitely the right way to go.
Yeah, like it's almost stupidly obvious that you can like see this. Kane, you would notice from where you are back here that from the south, east, and west, there seem to be large metal doors that are currently open, and there are very rusty, some covered in that same brown moss, cranks that are wedged into the walls. And then Arbalest, you notice down the same hallway that Vega is looking to stumble down, all the stone seems to be very uniform, but there's something unique about like the upper middle area of the far wall. It looks almost as if it could shift or open like it's a door, maybe. It's on the ceiling, though.
Interesting. Can I get across there?
Moving into the room will trigger whatever the trap is, but you're more than welcome to try. I will say
I more so mean like
jumping.
go across this.
So this
What even is it called? Like the sewer water.
the little canal. This map is odd looking. I will say this for ease of access. if you want to jump across, unless something crazy is happening, like you're in combat and it's really slippery or whatever, I won't have a roll, but your movement will just be the jump. So for example, Vega, if you're here and wish to move here, I'll let that just be one movement, right? One movement action of just jumping across from this side to this side, if that makes any sense. So it's not far enough to be a long jump.
Jumping is actually 2.
2 actions?
Yeah.
Well,
Climbing is
no, I
one.
think long jump is 2.
Yeah, so it's like a regular hop, basically. So if you wish to do that, that's how that's going to basically play out. So you won't need to roll. It's just, you just do it.
I think you don't even have to roll if it's like a 5-foot gap.
Yeah, so it's more than 5 feet, but it's not horribly wide to the point where like it's impossible to get over. So looking at what's ahead of you, what do you do?
Can I like take a closer look at the traps? See if I can disarm them or something?
Looking at the pressure
Or
plates,
avoid them otherwise?
it looks like the this trap is intentionally unavoidable. The hallway, once you move in here, it'll just instantly trigger the trap. But you get the feeling that whatever the thing is will also open, allowing it to be disarmed.
So it's a time trial. Nice.
Can I intentionally trigger a trap with a javelin?
Not heavy enough. You're looking at it. You can see
I can't push on it.
Oh, like push it with your.
Yeah, with the tip.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sorry, I thought you meant to throw the javelin. I'm like, no. Yes,
Funnily enough, you literally have a 10-foot pole for that.
I'm about to say, are we basically old school 10-foot pulling now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You are more than welcome to 10-foot pull this. I will not stop you. Why'd you say it that way?
Why did you comment on saying it that way?
No, I'm kidding. All right, cool. So, yes, Vega, you reach out, touch Faith, and Faith reaches out and touches back. As you push your 10-foot pole, it takes some strength, but Vega, you got some beef to you. You push down on this really obvious panel. Like I said, it is impossible to miss. But when you do, that section that Arbalest saw opens up, and a crossbow shoots out, and roll the initiative.
Maybe I don't want to.
Too bad.
Maybe I want 26 initiative, or 25.
Holy shit.
Yeah, wow.
25, yeah.
I mean, it still wins. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. Wait, how does it work?
It's DC 11. If I pass, then my initiative is 19 plus
Your
initiative
modifier? Nice. All right. While you guys do indeed see one of the bits open here, directly.
Have an icon for it, cute.
I do have an icon for it. Thanks for noticing. A crossbow does indeed shoot out, but the doors seem to be somewhat jammed, so this crossbow in particular is a little slow. The mechanism sounded a bit louder than it possibly should have been, though, as it sounds as if maybe one across the way also opened. Man, you know what I love? When there's 4 targets and I have a D4. Feels good.
Don't you dare include my dog in that.
All right, so this is not perfect. So love Pathfinder, tons of items, tons of weapons, tons of creatures. At this low level, there's not as many things that don't one-shot you guys. So I've mentioned this before. I am trying my absolute hardest to make sure things are balanced. If something hits an ungodly amount, I apologize. But things have indeed been adjusted. For you, Vega, for triggering the trap in that way, please add a hero point. And yes, Flint is going to be shot at. Not shot, just shot at. Oh, that is a new shot.
How dare you?
You son of a bitch! Alrighty.
Boy.
My boy! So this basically functions like a complex trap. Once you move closer, I can tell you exactly how it works. There is indeed a way to dismantle this. You can technically also attack it, but meta knowledge, it is very difficult to do so. You can do it, I will not stop you. Kane, you see an arrow fly across from the right, and Flint barely dodges it in time, and the other one is still kind of configuring itself to shoot at you. What do you do?
Can I telekinetic projectile that arrow and just shoot it back over here at this one?
Yes, you're aiming for the one on the left?
Yeah.
Yes, you may do that. Go for it.
Please don't critically hit and aggro those rats.
We'll see. Okay.
Oh.
Like that?
Yeah.
Well, it's a crit of some kind, I guess.
Completely yanks it out of the wall.
Crit is double, so I'll just double the damage to 16. The arrow that was fired at you is then refired at this other crossbow, and as it's trying its absolute damnedest to get out and failing somewhat, you're able to kind of stick it to the side. This thing has a hardness level and also HP. So with 16 damage, we're going to reduce the hardness entirely. And And then the remainder of the damage is going to go to its shit. Its health.
Yes.
And all right. There we go. All right. Things are happening. It's been damaged. So the outer...
That was a lot of health.
Yes, indeed. These things are quite tanky. So you can see from the outside that it's targetable, of course. But there's mostly stone and such surrounding it, as they're not necessarily meant to be targeted. But of course, you did damage. You definitely hit it. You broke whatever armor was on the outside, Kane. So now it's going to be easier to hit. You technically have one action.
One whole action?
Yeah.
And cast shield.
You can recall knowledge. You can do many a thing. Go ahead and drag that effect onto yourself, my friend. Alrighty.
Like you might be able to hide, actually.
Shielded up. Vega, what do you do? Trap's already been triggered. What's the plan, ma'am?
Are there other pressure plates?
This whole hallway is a pressure plate.
Oh, the whole hallway. So
Yeah.
a single pressure plate?
Yes, it's basically one giant pressure plate, from what you can tell.
Like, I assume the plan isn't to kill these, because that's going to take a long while. But we can probably dismantle them. Or disable them or something.
You can very much disable them.
All right.
That's what I'm for.
Can I attempt to disable?
Yes, you'll need to move up to it first, and then I will let you know. You can roll one of two things. You can roll thievery or crafting. You can also hit it, but obviously those are easier.
I'm good at hitting.
I mean, you don't have to. You can just take cover, I guess.
Thievery or crafting? Okay, I'm better at thievery. So
Yeah.
hop?
I'm not even sure if you're allowed to do crafting if you aren't trained in it.
You do need to be trained. Are you trained in either of those?
No.
In crafting or thievery? Oh, that means you literally can't. Okay. Okay. So
whack it.
Right. I will say this: if for most things, if you're not trained, you can't even try. I can let you try. It'll just be a higher DC, only because it's trained. Though.
No, I will whack it then.
Okay, that's acceptable. Alrighty, you overhand swing at this thing, and
it's also behind a gate thing, right?
It sort of was. That actually is a hit. I forgot to lower that one's AC. That's my bad. So that is a hit. You can go ahead and roll damage. I will say that's just barely a hit, but it is still a hit.
I mean, subtract 1, so it's 20. 20 is still a hit?
20 is still a hit, correct. All right, so you swing overhand at this bad boy and just kind of thwomp it, like right on. And this is a really bad angle. This is not good for you, Vega. You have another action.
All right, climbing up the wall to grab it is a full action, right?
Both climb. What's your intent?
To pull it out of the wall?
You can climb as an action, and then next round we can see what you do in terms of trying to pull it out.
It's 2 actions.
Then I will start climbing now.
Can I get to it in 1 turn of movement? Or do we need to take a turn to jump over this thing?
Long jump is 2 actions, but I'm saying this jump is just 1 and doesn't require a roll, so that would be 2 actions to get there, and then you can do 1 try on something. Vega, I'll say because you're close enough to it, you don't necessarily need to roll anything to climb up here. It's not particularly slippery or anything, but you can need to do that. And then right behind you, Arbalist, you leap over and then move on in as it's clearly reloading and getting ready to fire.
I do have engineering lore. Can I lever that for a specific knowledge check? Lowering the DC.
Is that your third action?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to do that, you can.
Or to like disable it with that. I'm not sure if I can do that, but
this is a bit weird because you're trying to lower a DC. If you want to, I'll let you.
What do I normally do to like disable it?
Thievery or crafting, because you specifically have one that is particular to engineering, which is exactly what this is. You can also roll that one.
I'm not actually sure if it's better or not. So
I will say thievery's harder. Do you want to roll crafting?
I probably would, but does my engineering lower the DC at all?
It should be the same thing effectively because of how extra skills scale. Because you can be more so trained in that specific thing.
More so because of the way lores work. Sometimes if they are like, what is it?
For monsters, that's how it works. But for this one specifically, okay. I'll lower it by 1. I'll say it's 15.
I'm not sure if it even matters.
It normally doesn't. You can't use a lore skill technically to disable something, but I'll say it's fine because it's really literal on this one. Alrighty.
That sucks.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to get in there, but you start to kind of gain an idea of what's going on here. It's not necessarily easy, but you need time and you need to be, not shot in the face. So it's doable.
Yes, I need time. Also, there's another one behind me. That's probably gonna shoot me now, so,
Oh, hey, perfect. Good thing you put your shield up there, Kane. The dice says you get to get shot.
Oh, good.
Congratulations.
Flint is using you as cover, by the way.
Hey, missed.
That's fine.
Grats, good sir. No damage. After it fires, y'all can hear it reloading, and then the second one has finished reloading and gets ready to fire at you all. And dice say, Flint is the cool boy today.
Do I get
Not
cover from
Flint.
Kane?
Flint can have cover from Kane, yeah, because he's literally in the way. Lesser cover.
Yay. That makes it only slightly worse.
It missed. Misses a miss.
Nice.
All right, it then goes to reload. Shield cracks off. And because this is taking an extra second, I'm going to add some boys to the initiative meter, since we are indeed making noise now. The larger one would have probably moved. Vega and Arbalest, you hear something large kind of shuffling about to the southwest of where you all are. It's not going to do anything, but it's moving around. Kane, what do you do?
I don't like it here. So what's the situation with this one again?
You can either attack it, or you can basically disarm it.
And are you trained in crafting or thievery?
I'm trained in thievery.
Oh, then you can try to thievery it, if you can get close enough.
I mean, I can try. Run over here. Oh, that's a big rat. I hate it. Anyways.
Yes.
Only 2 turns to get there, I think.
Yes, that's 2 actions to get there. 1 to run, 1 to jump. Oh, I can actually make this easier. I can, you run for thievery?
Yeah.
You should be able to click that bad boy. Hey! Nice!
So that's where all our rolls have been going.
Exactly. All right.
Set up to stealing them.
Perfect. You're able to kind of jam your hand in there. Arbalest, you sort of got things started, and Vega, what'd you do? Hit it? You started climbing up to grab it?
Yeah, what wasted effort.
All good.
She is quote unquote holding it in place.
Yeah. And right before it gets ready to fire again, Kane, you're able to hop, skip, and jump over here, and with a quick scan of all these mechanisms such, since we've already knocked off the armor, you can kind of reach your hand in there and quickly get it disabled, but right as you do, you can hear the engine like whirring to shut this door, and possibly take your hand with it, so it's probably a good idea to, remove that. And it does just that. The machine pulls in, and the doors kind of close, and you can hear, Kane, you would know this, something click, basically meaning this trap will be off for some time, like hours possibly. And you can tell this boy has indeed been turned off.
That's my whole turn. Good luck.
Alrighty, Vega, you no longer need to climb. It has indeed been removed, but you are being shot by another one. And while you do hear a slurry of rats off to the side, you can also hear something big just breathing around the corner, and it doesn't seem too happy that you've invaded its home space.
All right, can I dart around here so I can see better? Wait.
That's where you're moving to?
Yeah, that's 1 action.
Perfect. All right. As you move 1 action, I'll go ahead and quickly describe it. You see an absolutely massive rat. I mean,
You're trying to traumatize me from Dark Souls again, aren't you?
No, because there's no mist around this one. You can see this one.
Fair.
For now.
For now. So you see a very small rat in front of you, Vega, about the size of a large horse.
Oh, yeah, it's very small. I used to raise those as pets.
Yeah, exactly. A small boulder the size of a large boulder.
Yeah.
It doesn't really seem to know where you all are. It's looking about, and as it turns to you, its hide is just covered in stuff. I mean, trinkets, all this junk just hanging in its fur. But you can also see bursting out from between its fur of these like giant purple crystals that are piercing out of its flesh. You can see its teeth are also just mangled in terms of, you don't even know what's going on. Some of them look like weapons. This boy has seen better days, covered in scars, but he's not letting that affect him, and is looking around smelling.
I know what's wrong with him.
Do you then?
Yeah, he looks like he got infected by the same stuff that got the frogs, right?
Yes.
Oh.
But there shouldn't be one of those rocks down here.
Well, you don't know that. We are looking for a silver box with something in it.
I was actually wondering if that was our goal, but whatever.
Yeah.
You also see to the west of where you are, sorry, to the stage left, a very large pile of shelves and such, shelves and boxes, but it is covered. That brown moss I mentioned before, it is head to toe covered in this brown moss.
Oh, so this is like a shelving, like someone lived here?
Very similar, yes.
I'll come back to look at this later. This is a very odd thing to see down here.
You have 2 actions.
Can I throw my javelin?
At?
The big boy.
That's a 1 action to pull it out, 1 action to throw it. She clicked the thing. Nice throw. Alrighty. Your weapon sails true, strikes the creature, but seemingly bounces off its hide, as it was kind of looking around before, Vega, but, oh. Okay. You threw something at it. It looks around and sees the source of this anguish, annoyance, and it begins to screech just quietly at first, just and just keeps getting like slowly louder and louder as it's like looking towards you. Every screech, its body shakes and its hair begins to stand up. Arbalest.
Is it making itself angry? Is it hyping itself up?
Self-hype, man. Arbalest.
It is a berserker, a barbarian. It's raging.
You hear screeching around the corner, Arbalest. What do you do?
Flint is going to go on a journey.
Go, boy, go.
I mean, he can go far, but I don't want him to go far.
That's fair.
So I'm just going to make him wait there. Waste an action, technically, but that's fine.
Woofs.
And then I myself am going to go join Vega here. And I'm going to take a shot at this guy. Without any bonuses.
Oh, okay.
It's another crit.
All right.
Sadly, I have no damage on this one. 16.
Not bad.
And that's my turn.
All right. You strike this thing dead center.
Kane behind you, by the way.
And its screaming only gets louder and louder. Meaning we have more friends now.
Oh, good.
Alrighty. First group of friends. Y'all heard from the east that like little pile of rats. They were kind of moving away, but now that you struck the large one, they are more interested in not being far and instead running to you all. What is the easiest way to get over there? God, I hate big creatures on awkward-looking panels.
I see I need to shut it up.
I mean, it is a swarm. It can move there.
Indeed. Swarms are very weird, though. Okay.
They attack you by literally engulfing you. So
indeed. So, Kane, go ahead and roll me a basic reflex save, please and thank you.
I don't wanna.
All right. Have a nice day, I guess. Wonderful. That's a success. You'll be taking half this damage. The annoying mechanic of I have to be on top of you. All right. They surround you, Kane, and begin to jump up at your ankles, attempting to bite at you. But you can tell like half of them are more interested in getting to Mama and not necessarily to you. And suddenly you'll hear from the south more and more cheep, 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 cheep. And coming from around the corner, you see even more rats as they begin to just pile forward. And they can't actively do this. They're just going to basically stop here. Well, I guess they can stop on top of you. I'm going to put them in the water under you guys, but just know that the rats are basically running at and surrounding both Vega and Arbalest. It's not going to actually affect anything this round because they have to do something for that to actually function. But you're good.
I love rats. Now Mama can't, attack us anymore.
Indeed. Unfortunately, the only person in the hallway is Kane, so I don't have many options. Hello, friend. All right, fortunately, the thing has shit for aim as it begins to reload. The creature begins to look about and it's sort of checking all of you out. Seeing you all in this general area, the rats sort of begin to do their thing, and it moves southward away.
Wait, what? No, come back.
Let's see.
Let me kill you.
And y'all can just hear it scurrying in the distance.
Is it still making noise?
It's still screeching as it just like bolts around the corner. And it's gone by the time you guys get out of there. All right, Kane.
I hate it here.
I do too, because my enemy's gone.
I mean, I can just magic missile. That's fine. I'll just triple magic missile this one.
The one you're surrounded by?
Yeah, basically. Just keep shooting rats.
Sure. Do a blast.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, do it 3 times? Or is it just 1 and then that happens?
It doesn't say to keep rolling, so I would assume it's the same damage.
Okay, so just 12.
All right, surprise, surprise. For however this works, you're surrounded by multiple rats. Magic missile is indeed just that. It's a magic missile. I don't gotta explain shit. So, you fire off enough to just destroy all the rats around you, Kane, and rid yourself of that nightmare.
Well, that's all I got. That was a triple.
All right, Vega, you and Arbalest are surrounded by boys.
I assume Vega's gonna try to swipe at them with her torch again.
No, I think they're a bit too big for the torch. I really wish I had a hammer, though.
Well, might I suggest you delay your action until after mine, and I'll show you something fun?
All right, I'll delay.
So I'm gonna have to take one action to pull out something from my bag, which is oil. which I'm then going to throw at them with a ranged attack action. Apparently a miss, but it doesn't matter because I'm throwing it on the floor anyway.
Okay.
And now there's oil on them, I think, right?
You're basically taking out your oil and just like throwing it over the floor?
Yeah.
I don't think my ever-burning torch lights stuff on fire.
Oh wait, no, I can just use an action to splatter them with oil, I guess. Yeah, because they're next to me.
My torch doesn't light stuff on fire, though.
Correct, it's not actually fire.
It's, oh, right, you don't have a normal torch.
Oh, she does, she has plenty.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to do it different. I'm going to a DC 10 flat check to light it on fire. So they take 1d6 fire damage. Right?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out if is there a second action to light on fire, or is the oil automatically light on fire?
It's, let's see, one action to take it out, then I need to use another action to splatter it, and then the DC check that I can do is just setting it on fire. I assume I have like a tinderbox or something. I'm not sure if it's need to be.
Okay. That phrasing is super weird, so just roll me 1d6.
Yeah. Like, honestly, it might be that the DC check is to like light it on fire before I throw it at them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it doesn't exactly say what happens when you fail. It doesn't really. That's fine.
No.
So you succeeded. Good job. Go ahead and roll 1d6.
Yeah, they take 3 fire damage.
All right. So it doesn't. So the reason I was looking at this is because technically damage should be coded certain ways. This is damage over a large
AoE or anything. So
yes. So this should be coded as area damage. Should be, at least. This thing actually has a weakness to area damage, so it's going to be taking 6, not 3.
That was my logic as well. So
yeah, that definitely works. Go ahead and give yourself a hero point for that. That was convoluted because the rules are a little weird there, but I like it. Awesome. And it definitely 100% worked. And you discovered they very much have a weakness to that area damage. So
sadly, not enough to kill them, but that's fine because Vega, you can do that. Your honor now.
And they are indeed burning. So yeah, technically it's now your turn, Vega. You were surrounded by burning rats. What do you do?
Burning rats.
I mean, are they on fire or is it just like a one-turn thing? I think it's only one turn, right?
For comedic effect, some of them are burning like little matches. Some are not on fire.
Sure.
Yes, the dead ones are on fire.
A part of the swarm is on fire.
Yes.
Can
6
I?
of 8 to be specific.
Can I stomp the ones that are not on fire?
You're gonna do an unarmored attack against my boys?
Yeah.
You're a monster. Go for it. This is what happens when you try to step on my children.
Step on them again.
All right, fine. Oh wait, actually, no, that misses.
What? Why?
Because you didn't turn off
My
manifest.
armament? Goddamn.
Yep, yeah, turn that off. That's 2 misses. And you put your javelin away, so you're stomping away at rats, and effectively nothing is happening. They're just like weaving around. Maybe you're accidentally stomping the ones that are already on fire.
Stomp again.
You I guess you
can't.
Technically she can. She didn't.
Well,
No, I threw the javelin. It should have still been in my hand.
It's gone. Yeah,
That's right.
It's on the ground over there. All right, 3 quick stomps and 3 quick misses. Boys are way too fast for you. They're learning. It is the rat swarm's turn, and as they are on fire, a couple things are going to happen. Give me 1 second. The rats are going to do their thing first, and then you notice after they were set on fire, that shelf that was next to you with all that like brown shit on it, it's been sort of gyrating and bubbling a little bit. First, though, they're going to do their thing.
Do you mean like a mimic?
No. Possibly worse. We'll see in a second. So both of you go ahead and make that reflex save for me. Nice! That's no damage!
Yeah. I jumped on the currently bubbling shelf.
Exactly. Oh no, babe.
It's getting worse.
Oh, you're taking 1 whole damage! Alright.
Oh god!
While you were
It
attempting
hurt!
to stomp on them, one got its revenge and like nipped at your ankle, and you're able to like flip that off. You were maybe stomping rapidly isn't really the best idea. You know, just kind of in general.
I don't know how to handle things that are this small.
That's fair. And now we get to figure out how to handle something else. This is going to be enjoyable. The fire is spreading.
Is
and
it?
For me, maybe. And almost instantly, it's going to name it, isn't it? I'm just going to put it here. You can just go ahead and look at that beautiful picture. It's pretty great. I know. What can I say?
I love frogs.
It's honestly
Slimes.
just the best thing ever. I love it. So there's all this slime that you guys can see. This
Those are plant-infested rat bodies, aren't they?
You're not really sure what it is, but it is indeed very brown. And it's sort of bubbling up and expanding rapidly, actually. After the rats finish nipping at you guys, it very, very quickly expands. It is going to do that real quick.
So this is how we die.
All right. I need to make a mental note because it's going to get bigger, basically. Effectively, what's going to happen is I need just you, currently, Arbalist, to make that save for me. Excellent.
I did not make it.
No, that is indeed a true fact. And you know what? You too, buddy. Hey, friendo. All right, rip, I guess. You notice this brown sludge from the corner begins to spread along the walls, along the floor. Some of the rats that you're stomping at and or shooting and or lighting on fire, just generally being disrespectful to. It nabs one of the corpses, its tail, and kind of drags it slowly into the mass. The others begin to move around, but they're not fast enough, unfortunately, and all of them are grabbed and consumed by this mass. Arbalist, you're sort of able to like react in time, but you notice some of it got on your leg and started growing up alongside you, and you feel this cold stinging that just bites you right to the bone.
Yes.
And it is instant and it is violent.
That hurts.
It begins to kind of grow up your arm. And it kind of like, after it's on you, the form looks...
that stuff.
Yeah, it looks slightly different. I can't hide the name. Pretend you don't know. You didn't see it.
Yes, the fire was definitely bad in that case.
And now, Arbalist, you just see it growing and growing alongside the walls. It is pausing, though. And awkwardly enough, the rat swarm is dead as shit. So goodbye, friends. But now we have this issue in the corner that is slowly growing. Kane, you see it. Vega, you see it. Arbalist, obviously, you see it. It is now impossible to miss. And on that note, we shall pause and ignore the name.
Good.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.